and that was my turning point. I just said, okay, cool. Pick up my phone. I didn't even use my laptop or anything. I picked up my phone, opened up a new account.
Wow.
Thank God, I got a good username.
From scratch.
From scratch. 000. Zero followers, zero. Yeah, from zero.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey.
You know, one of our good friends and mentors.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through challenging times myself.
Yeah.
And one thing they told me is, Tesh, if you make magic once, you can make
Can make
magic
it again.
And you're testament to that. Hello, champions. Welcome back to Powered by Chapter, the official podcast where successful entrepreneurs and e-commerce experts share their experiences and practical advice for growing their businesses online. Chapter is an African technology company that enables businesses to maximize their customer engagement and sales through social platforms like WhatsApp and Instagram. Our mission is to empower 1 million entrepreneurs by 2030. So you can visit the link you see down here to learn more about us. And for the next couple of weeks, we have Mark and I will be hosting amazing online entrepreneurs. And in this first series, the first episode, we have Sammy Thiong'o, the founder of Retro Casio, which is the largest independent online retailer of Casio watches across East Africa. They've shipped watches, you know, even across the world. So we're very excited to hear your story.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is pretty exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting concept, and I love that I'm the first one to come here.
Yeah.
so
Looking good
thank you.
and rocking your...
Yeah, for sure. I always do. It's my daily wear.
Yeah, Thiong'o has managed to build a really big brand and online business by leveraging social media.
Yeah.
So we're just super happy to have you here today. And we're beginning with the hardest question, which is, who is Thiong'o?
Thiongo is a very young guy. I'm 30. I just turned 30 last year.
Damn, congrats.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
My younger brothers would think you're old. They think we're the oldest.
Oh, really? Yeah. So Thiongo is a very vibrant young guy. I like the retro look, and that's why, of course, I had to go with the biggest retro brand, which is Casio. This guy's come up with very, very interesting watches, and the main reason to even open up a watch brand was because I love watches. So Thiongo loves watches. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So like just take us back to like where it all began. Like what was that spark that made you begin, this entrepreneurial journey? Did you like see a watch or like, hey man, this watch is cool, let me just like what actually like inspired you to start?
If I'm being honest, it's the hustle. It's the struggle, to be honest, to be better, to just do things in an interesting way, to sort of break out on my own. And I needed something to fill that gap.
I see.
So I've always sold things here and there, but then I never really settled up until I came to do something I'm passionate about.
I see.
So before I started the business, I used to collect the watches themselves.
Okay.
And I used to gift my friends. So every time there would be a birthday here, there would be a celebration there. You just know Thiongo is going to show up with a Casio watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. And you said you used to sell a couple of things before. So before even Retro Casio, before the watches, like what were you? Is there other things you're selling?
Oh yeah, man. After high school, I used to be downtown Nairobi here and there. I used to go there with a very good friend of mine called Michael. Mike, we call him Mikey. We go source for whatever that looks unique, anything that looks unique, anything that looks interesting. I would go. Okay, we would go and would sell earphones, would sell head sunglasses, would sell anything that is very catchy to our youth group. That is yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just I'm curious. Just take
Yeah.
us a bit back
Okay.
into like your childhood or high school. What inspired you to end up in entrepreneurship?
Oh yeah, that goes way back. So I went to Chuka High School in high
Oh,
school.
okay. That's
Yes.
dope.
And coming from Nairobi, I've never really gone to a school outside Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a very, very different. It was a very, very, very different scope.
Okay.
So I had to find a way to make some money because my folks never used to give me any pocket money.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to buy these 300 boxes of biscuits. We didn't have a canteen back then.
Oh gosh.
So I used to figure out a way to just talk to the guards, to guys, for guys to just, bring them in.
Okay.
And I used to be the one who used to sell one biscuit for like 5 shillings, Bob. 5 shillings.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And that used to be my pocket money.
So you used
And
to
to
you
survive.
used to be a reseller. You started back
It started
high
way
school.
back, but I
Oh
started
my
way
gosh.
back. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh. And now, like, if you fast forward into now finishing school and now being in uni,
Yes.
do you remember like that first sale you made and you were like, hey man, I could actually be doing this seriously?
Oh yeah, I can never forget that. So I didn't actually start with selling. I
Okay.
started with gifting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gifted one Casio watch. I
Okay.
remember it was an A168. That's a
Okay.
model number of a watch.
Okay.
It was a gold one. I gifted it to one of my friends called Karasha. Yes.
Okay.
So Karasha is a social media. I think she's a social media specialist that
Okay.
works at KRA actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. So when she went to the office and guys saw the watch, they were like, "Yo, where did you come up with? Like, how did you find this watch?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she called me and she's like, "Thiong'o, where did you remove this watch?"
Okay.
I
Guys
told
are
her,
asking me about
guys
it.
were asking her, where did you come up with this watch? So I told her, do you want some? I mean, how many pieces do you want? So from the get-go, I just saw an opportunity,
Wow.
And I think the next day I got about five or six calls from different people who asking about, just inquiring about it and asking, how much is this? Where
Yeah.
can I get it and how can I get it? So from then on, I just saw an opportunity.
Oh,
And
gosh.
when an opportunity knocks on my door,
Yeah.
And
I enter.
I imagine now you're selling thousands of pieces every month, right?
Yo,
Not the money look.
it's,
Yeah.
I can say God has been faithful.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, that's dope. Someone who says that is like is someone who's being modest.
You did. I mean, to be honest, I don't want to take all the credit because, I mean, there's a higher power than the guys who work hard, do everything that's needed,
Yeah.
but then they don't really get to the scope that
That's true.
I've gotten to. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So what would you say is, so from 0 to 1, what's that journey of, started with 5 watches,
Yeah.
and then how did that evolve to where you're at today?
So the thing about people talk. So I hadn't even started opening up my social media pages,
Okay.
but through guys just seeing visually and being able to talk, there's this guy called Thiong'o. There's this guy called Thiong'o. And they give up my number because they already know that once they give up my number, I'm a trustworthy guy.
Yeah.
I won't go around doing some very shoddy things. So they're very confident, So that's just how it came from 5 to 10 to 20 to 30. And then now I sat back and said, okay, now it's going to 30.
Yes. Let me.
Hey, I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
I need to sort of structure and figure out how I'm going to, get the word out. Just and not just wait for a phone call. That's how I turned to social media.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which platform?
I started with Instagram, and then I got a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
And then I discovered that Instagram really sells better than Facebook.
Okay.
I get so many inquiries on Facebook, but they don't really amount to
I
sales.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on Instagram, the conversion rate is quite okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's quite. Yeah.
Do you have like an idea why?
I think it's just a niche thing.
Okay.
It's sort of an age
Okay.
difference thing. On Facebook, the guys who are there are a bit older, and they require to just they believe in walking inside a shop.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have any physical
I don't have any physical shop. I decided to operate purely online.
Purely.
Purely.
Oh gosh.
Apart from deliveries, purely
Everything is online.
Everything is online. Yeah.
So you've talked about like people talk. I think
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
True.
And you're selling a physical product. So
True.
I saw this watch done. I was like, I need to get me one of those.
Yeah.
Right. And then you talked about online and Instagram being a really good sales channel. Within Instagram, what are some of the tactics you've used to grow your following and also to grow, the number of orders you're
Yeah.
getting?
To be honest, I just decided that I won't do anything that's generic.
Okay.
I'm going to just take pictures of the watches in a very, very practical way.
I see.
I won't really edit them. I won't make it look what it's not.
Yes.
So I go by what you see is what you get. What you see online is exactly what you get
I see.
once you order.
Interesting. That
So
builds trust.
that builds trust. So someone is not will not feel unsafe to order, and then once
Yeah.
they get it,
Yeah.
they're like, "Yo, this is
This
not
is
what
not
I
what I saw."
this is not what I ordered." Yeah.
And I think that's a big challenge with online e-commerce
Oh yeah.
in general, where in Kenya, there are brands, we wouldn't mention the names, but where people say what you buy versus what you
Versus
get.
what
It's
you
different.
get. Yeah, it's very
so That
different.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're selling that authenticity from day one.
Yeah. I go with by authenticity. Guys really believe in that. And once the word gets out there,
Yeah.
that this guy will deliver what you see.
Exactly.
That's all you need.
yes.
That's
do you do
literally
any
what you need.
promotions?
Yes. Before I never used to really focus on
Okay.
on ads, promotions, and all that. Especially starting from Kenya, you find that once you put up an offer,
Okay.
let's
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
you put up an offer this month, trust and believe sales next month will plummet.
Yeah, I see.
Because guys will be like, I'm waiting for an offer.
I see.
I won't buy till an offer comes up.
Yeah.
I
That's
see.
actually super interesting because today we're going to give some tips on pricing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's a very interesting point around
Yeah.
how to standardize your pricing.
Yes.
I think it also builds trust.
It
further.
builds trust that today I can't buy a watch for this amount, and then
Yeah.
tomorrow I get to the page and see
Yeah.
these guys have put it on sale again.
It's true.
Yeah.
I would have
It's true.
waited.
Waiting for-
Yes, so guys are always waiting if you do that.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true. And like even just to double down on the authenticity.
Yeah.
There's this video that came out. I think the Super Bowl ad for Kanye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they spent 7 million for that slot on the Super Bowl, and then they didn't have money for the
Inventory.
actual ad.
Okay.
So they just kind of just recorded himself on the phone, like saying, "Go to my website and buy XYZ," and they sold out. I think $19.4 million.
Yeah.
So
Within
like
24 hours.
within
Yeah.
24 hours.
Actually
so
saw
like,
that.
what can you say about that? Is that like a tactic you've seen work as well here, just being authentic and
What I would say about that, that's genius.
it's genius.
That's genius. To be honest, you don't really need much to sort of get going. You just have to do it. But to be honest,
Yeah.
it's those things you're told just do. What do you have? You look at whatever you have on your plate, and you're like, so I have this, I have this, I have this.
Yes.
And us as human beings, you'll always need something more.
Yes.
I don't know if you get. You'll always need. You'll not always be ready.
Yeah, there's always
To be honest.
something
There's
more you
always
could have.
something
Yeah,
that-
but
So start with what you have.
So start with
Yeah,
what you have.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So these guys sat down and they were like, we have Kanye.
Yeah,
We
let's just
have
let's
That's just it.
yeah. That's the ad.
That's
yeah.
the ad.
Yeah.
And imagine,
Yeah.
as it is, it paid off.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's
That's
true.
amazing. And I also noticed something around the pricing, like
Yeah.
everything was priced as $20.
Yes.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
looked at your page and the
Yeah.
pricing on your stuff is very standard.
Yeah.
Is there something to learn? What's the inside there? Looks
Yeah.
like you have some.
Tell
Yes,
us,
I do.
some
I do. I
secrets.
actually do. I actually.
Yeah.
So the thing is with that, it gives you a scope of what is going to sell the most. Once the prices are all standardized,
Okay.
you sit back and just wait.
Okay.
And you've done your bit. Now you
Okay.
just sit back and wait and
Okay.
see this model is gonna sell. This color is gonna sell. This and you know the results will show.
I see.
Yeah, the data doesn't lie.
So it just gives you data on like
It
what do
gives you
people
data.
actually want.
Exactly. What do
I
people actually
see.
want? So you end up not burning your own money, putting in inventory where
Okay.
it's gonna be dead stock.
I see. That's actually smart. So in
Yeah.
your next like shipment or something, you know exactly.
You already know what to bring.
I see.
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah.
And actually, it just leads me into this next like talking point. So there's so many guys I've seen with like retro Casios, and like if we trace it all back,
Yeah.
they all came from your business.
Yeah.
So I think now it's been maybe like what 5-6
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it should be about that. Yeah.
So like how have you been able to like stay competitive? We know of course in Nairobi, in Kenya, you start something, 3 other people pop up. So like how have you been able to like differentiate yourself and like stay competitive?
To be honest, I thank God. I would say that. I would start it at I thank God.
Yeah.
But I stay on top of my game. I am not I'm not gonna just sit back and say, okay, these sales are coming in every day.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do to make it better. So I'm always researching. I'm always just looking at newer models. I'm always looking at how we can sort of connect with my customers better.
I see.
And it just doesn't stop at a sale. Yeah, it just doesn't stop at I've ordered, I've delivered. Now communication ends there.
Yeah.
I always try to make sure that my staff, my guys who are working to respond to my customers, to deliver my to my
Yeah.
customers are trained. They know how to talk to them. Yeah, make them feel that they matter, which they really do. People,
Yeah.
my customers matter to us the most. So it's the experience.
I see.
It's the
The
experience.
experience you provide to
Yeah.
your customers.
Exactly, and we become a community.
Okay.
It's not just
Okay.
about the watch.
I can
Okay.
imagine you have
Yeah.
a lot of repeat customers.
A lot.
Just as-
Actually, a majority are repeat customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A majority of my customers are repeat.
Okay.
And-
do you how do you keep track of
Whoa.
custom? How do you
Yo,
engage?
that was hard. That was really hard when we were starting out because I started out alone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a one team, one member guy.
Yeah.
I used to post.
One man army.
One man army.
Even
Yeah.
the delivery.
I used to
by
post.
inventory.
I used to pack the orders.
Oh my gosh.
And then I get on a bike,
Oh, wow.
deliver, meet my
Wow.
customers there, interact with them. And that's how I actually grew a community at first. Yeah.
Building community.
That's how I
really,
did it.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. And how often do you bump into someone like in the mall or something, in the club, who you see like this watch they actually got from you, but they don't know who I am? How
So,
often does...
that's pretty interesting because nowadays it's become so. A lot of people. I meet so many different people
Yeah.
in so many different places. The mall. Just the other day, I met a group of I think 3 or 4 people, and they're all wearing Casio watches.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all wearing
4.
Casio watches. Yes, all of them. So I looked at him and I was like, "Hey, bro, that's a really nice watch. Would you mind telling me where you got it from?" Yeah? And this guy looked at me and he said, "There's this page that's online called Retro Casio."
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I've never
That's
felt
super
good.
cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
I felt so good.
I remember
Yeah.
just this weekend,
Oh,
we were
man.
hanging out with you, and
Yeah.
the lady who was serving us was wearing retro, and
Yes.
you asked the same thing.
I asked
She
the
said,
same
"I got
thing,
it on
yes.
a page on Instagram."
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
And they got it
So-
from you?
They
that's
said
great.
at
That's
first they
dope.
said it was a gift.
Yeah.
And they said, okay. Maybe do you know where they got it from? Like, there's an online page called Retro Casio. These guys
Oh
have
my
very
gosh.
unique pieces. And she said selling it to me. And I'm there like, what?
Like if only I can record this.
Yeah.
And like that's amazing.
I honestly, it fills my heart with joy, and to be honest, it's really nice. It means
I
that
see.
there's purpose to what I'm doing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
And that keeps you going.
it keeps me going.
Because it's not been easy. So we've talked
Oh, yeah.
about a lot of the
Yeah.
good stuff and all the sales and the growth.
Yes.
But I'm sure there's been times when you're really challenged.
Oh yeah.
Could mind sharing some of those experiences?
Oh yeah. So I would say back in 2021, end of 2021, getting into 2022, an occurrence occurred. Like there's something that's very, very sad. It's a personal issue that came into my life and interfered with the business. I'll put it at that. And that my online page was hacked and deleted.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
How big was it at the time?
At the time, I'd gotten to 13,000 followers,
Wow.
and I was making quite a good amount of sales per day, per month. It was really, really. The trajectory was just,
Yeah.
I'm curious where you're at now. Okay, you're 10K.
Yeah, I'm at 10K
So you're
now.
almost getting back.
Yeah, I'm
to-
almost getting back.
And
Oh,
this
gosh.
is 2024, so this is 3 years later.
So I lost the page 2020, December 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, December 27th actually.
Wow, you remember the exact
I
date.
can't forget.
You can't.
Yeah,
And
December
you
20.
couldn't recover the page. Everything was lost.
Yes,
Did you have,
everything
like,
was lost.
customer data? How did you deal with this?
So back in the day, I used to just save people's numbers. Every time when I get a payment, I save someone's number. That used to be something that was like second nature.
Okay.
So I never used to have a serious database.
Okay.
I mean, a serious way of storing,
I see.
the customer information,
I
everything.
see.
I never used to have. I never
see.
thought in 1,000 years that this would happen.
I see.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Damn.
when it did, reality check in.
Wow.
Yeah, and I sat back. Yo, that was a very, very dark time. It was a very, very dark time. Yeah. So, I have two friends of mine, Tracy and Kagiri. Those guys really stood by me that time.
Okay.
They're the ones who actually. Have you ever seen friends who just show up for you?
Yeah.
And I'm even getting goosebumps. It
that was a tough
was
time.
heavy. It was tough.
Gosh. Do you, after that time, that 27th, like, what is your path to the first day of like saying, okay, let me try this again? Do you remember like what you did? How did you like gather yourself?
So to be honest, I'm a very casual guy.
Okay.
I don't really sit back and structure everything and just have a strategy to everything. I go by just the flow, not really the flow, but I go by vibes, by
Yeah.
I think you understand.
Positive energy.
But exactly. So I go by that.
Okay.
So I was sitting back that day and I got a phone call from Kagiri. I call him Kags. And he's like, hey, bro, I know this is a dark time, but we need to get back up. Man, you can't stay down. Hakuna venye.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Gosh.
You rose up.
And that was my turning point. I just said, okay, cool. Pick up my phone. I didn't even use my laptop or anything. I picked up my phone, opened up a new account.
Wow.
Thank God I got a good username.
From scratch.
It's from scratch. 000. Zero followers. Zero. Yeah, from zero.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey.
You know, one of our good friends and mentors.
Yeah.
I've been through challenging times myself.
Yeah.
And one thing they told me is, Tesh, if you make magic once, you can make
Can make
magic
it again. That's-
And you're testament to that. Yeah.
I would say I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And I'm getting bigger and better. Watch this space. Just wait.
So where do you actually see like you taking the business like next 2 years, 3 years, like if you know your daydream? or where you want Retro Casio to be? Like, what can you say that is?
So number one, I see myself in Japan,
Okay. Okay.
in the Casio factory,
Okay.
in their HQ.
Okay.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
myself there and meeting up with these guys and representing East Africa as their official Casio partner.
Okay.
That would be my ideal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be my ideal goal. So a short-term goal would be, first of all, to grow my inventory.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm finding that I'm getting a lot of sold out,
I
and that's
see.
just money out. You know,
Yes,
that's
yes,
not
yes, yes.
money into the
Yeah.
company. So, in as much as that creates some very interesting form of demand,
Okay.
it's also I disappoint a lot of people.
Yeah, it's true. Your customers.
And that's not something that I believe in. I just really like that. I would wish to really satisfy everyone's orders.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
What did being an official partner do for the business?
It would just legitimize it even further. It would really solidify Retro Casio's foot in the industry, and just you know,
Do you feel like you want to launch other brands, or you're focused on watches?
per se, I already sell value adds.
Okay.
For retro. That would be watch box organizers,
I
and I've
see.
seen that they've become really popular now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm really focused on watches for now.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So
Yes.
just watches and like anything adjacent.
Yes, and anything that is in support of the watches.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
I think like for someone to have, so you can have a journey where someone buys 5 watches from you and then they buy a watch organizer. Has that happened?
Exactly. That has happened quite a number of times. There are guys who even just buy the whole box,
Wow.
the whole collection.
Wow.
Yeah. So I come up with the collection and I say, there's someone who wants to Monday to Friday. They want to look official.
Okay.
Yeah. So they want an official look, maybe a gold, like the one I'm wearing.
I see.
Or something in black, or something
Yes.
very neutral.
Okay.
So I have that in the box.
Oh, gosh.
And then over the weekend or on days where you want to look flashy here and there, I have a Casio for that.
Wow.
And some days where you just want to chill back, relax, and you go swim, go snorkel,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
just do some
yeah.
water activities.
Yes.
I have a Casio for that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I
gosh.
go against. I cover the whole ground in
I
terms of
see.
that. Monday to
I
Sunday,
know.
you know what.
And even if you're going hiking, there's something for
Yes,
that as
exactly. There's a G-Shock for that. You know.
well. I think that's actually
Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as we wrap up, what advice, words would you like to give any aspiring entrepreneur?
Just start. I mean, to be honest, don't really think about it. Don't really think too hard about it. Don't really just research and not really do anything about it. You know.
Yeah.
And don't think your money before you really know that your product is gonna sell.
I see. So like do like research and
Do your due diligence.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Bring 1 or 2 or 3 pieces.
Okay. Okay.
Talk about it, or even before you bring anything. Yeah, get to the ground. Know that there's actually a market for this thing.
I see.
Yeah, you might be
I
very
see.
surprised.
Yeah.
What you see.
Yes, yes,
hey,
yes.
it might not resonate with a lot of people.
I see.
Interesting.
And if you're looking at get a niche.
Okay.
Don't just touch here, touch there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just choose your niche and stick to it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't go around just with everyone.
Yeah.
You have your people, and they will support you regardless.
Wow.
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
So you just start,
Just start.
you focus.
Focus. Choose your niche.
Choose your
That
niche.
is very important.
Yes, yes,
Very.
yes.
You know who not to sell to, and you
Yeah.
know who to sell to. Yeah. Yeah.
Customer segmentation. Make
Exactly.
Sure you're very clear about
Exactly. Be very clear about it.
who you're targeting.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you, Thiong'o, for sharing such an incredible journey
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
So, guys, before we close today's episode, we'd like to give you some tips on pricing strategies to ensure you don't leave money on the table. So, tip number one, replace cost plus pricing. Instead of basing your prices on your costs, focus on the value your products or services deliver to your customers. Understand what customers are willing to pay for the value they receive.
Yeah. Tip number 2, you need to understand price sensitivity. Identify segments where they're less sensitive to price and target them with higher priced offerings or premium services.
Tip number 3, offer price segmentation. So provide different pricing options that cater to customers with varying needs and varying budgets. This maximizes revenue without losing potential customers.
Tip number 4 is on sales. Use value based selling. Train your sales team to focus on communicating the value of your products and services rather than simply competing on price.
Yeah, and lastly, implement price discipline. Establish clear pricing policies and ensure that your entire business adheres to them. Avoid excessive discounting that can undermine the perceived value of your offerings.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us today. And please subscribe. We look forward to sharing more inspiring stories with more founders like Thiong'o.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
I,
Cheers.
I have a gift for you guys.
Oh, there's a gift?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. That's
But it's not for you specifically, it's for your partners.
okay. Oh. Yeah.
And there's another one over here.
It's a special surprise. Hey, thanks, man.
Oh, this is so dope. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, this is really
It's nice.
cool.
Did
Oh,
you like it?
gosh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's the coolest one
you've seen.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Right.
You're welcome, guys.
Cool.
Thank you for
thanks,
having
man.
me.
And all the best.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Your platform is really nice,
Thank you.
impactful, and yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Thiong'o. This was super
Yes.
cool.